Hello and welcome to our scoop. Be sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoy this video. Story 1. Mike, M26, girlfriend, F29, cheated on me right in front of my face. My girlfriend and I have been in a relationship for 4 years and have been living together in a rented apartment for 2 years. Yesterday she and I went to a party. There we both drank alcohol and had fun. At the party there was a guy who from time to time approached a random woman and asked them, "Can you give me a kiss on the cheek?" So that at the last second the guy moved his face, causing his lips to collide with those of the girl he asked before. I warned my girlfriend about that guy. And she could even see it with her own eyes. So I told her to be careful if he approached her and asked for the same thing, because there were also several girls who refused and he simply did not insist. A couple of hours later I was with my girlfriend and that guy came up and asked my partner the same thing. She took me aside to have a quick talk and told me that nothing would happen. That if he tried she would move back so they wouldn't kiss. I told her that I did not agree with this at all. That I felt very uncomfortable. And that I would not take responsibility if she ended up doing it. She ignored what I said and ended up accepting. I don't know why, but I wasn't surprised when she didn't back away like she said and ended up kissing him. She then looked at me and got uncomfortable. Then the boy went the other way to continue with his fun. I wasn't mad at him. I was mad at her. I just turned around and went to our apartment. She followed me even though I didn't tell her to do so, saying that she didn't have time to react and that it wasn't her fault. Since we were in a public place I didn't want to make a scene. So I waited until we got home. Once at home I told her that yes, it was entirely her fault. She saw how the guy did that with other women and I even warned her that this could happen and she still did it. She said that the alcohol made her act reckless. I told her not to come out with her crappy excuses. That she was fully aware of what happened and that this was pure infidelity to my face. At this moment she went to visit her sister because today is her birthday. I told her that I would not go and I told her explicitly that I wanted to reevaluate our relationship. If she is going to use alcohol as an excuse for her infidelities, then I can't trust her anymore, and if she does that to my face I don't even want to imagine what she would do when she is with her friends. Before leaving she begged me not to exaggerate, that I can't throw away 4 years for a non-consensual kiss. I told her that the moment she agreed to play that boy's game, she was already giving her consent to what could pass. She was already an adult and I expected her to act according to her age. The more time passes, the more I want to tell her to go to hell. The rent contract ends at the end of the year, but I was thinking of using a part of our savings to pay the rest and end it prematurely. I don't want to be with someone who can grab, kiss the first idiot I meet at a party and wait for me to accept it without problems. On the other hand, it makes me quite sad to have to leave the relationship. But forgiving a lack of respect of this magnitude is opening the door to more things like this happening in the future. My younger sister and my parents agree with me. But my older brother, who is the closest person to me in the family, thinks it can be solved. I really don't know what to do. Update. Well, a lot has happened since my first post. And a lot of people asked me for an update. So here it goes. First of all, my ex and I ended up breaking up almost a week ago. She apologized for what happened and she knows that in my eyes it was infidelity because that type of thing is something that both she and I had already made clear in the past. That counted as infidelity. And she knows that infidelity is a pretty serious issue for me, whatever its form. Regarding the lease, we paid the rest of the month in advance to be able to move. She went to her parents' house and I went to mine. We separated our savings 50-50 considering that we both earn the same salary despite working in different fields. So there were no problems in that regard. There's not much more to say about it. I've had a couple of dates since then with Tinder girls. But nothing serious for now. I haven't thought about starting something serious. At least I don't think so for the rest of this year. One of the things my ex said to me when we broke up was, "At least you have more years ahead." I suppose referring to our age difference and how she is already close to 30. Now, in this part of the post, I will answer most of the questions I was asked in the previous one. I did not intervene because, first of all, I am not someone who uses violence unless necessary. If the guy would have forced my ex and if she rejected him or he harassed her to accept his proposition, then I would have intervened. But not in a situation that she could get out on her own. She was my partner, not my daughter. She was a little jealous during the relationship. She tried to make me jealous before, but I have always had her as a priority in our relationship. I'm not jealous at all because I trusted in her. In any case, I never prohibited her from anything or tried to control her in any way. In the same way, I let her take her own decisions. The only thing I wanted in exchange is respect of the limits that I have established, just as I respected hers. All my serious relationships have been with women my age or older. I don't like the idea of being with people younger than me. I even read one who said that it was advisable to be with someone at least 7 years younger. What the heck? The topic of alpha, beta, omega, or whatever has me a little tired. You can't take those things seriously and then criticize women who believe in horoscopes. It's literally the same thing, but for men. Opinion. You did the right thing, even if it was hard. She knew exactly what was going to happen. You knew what was going to happen and that's why you warned her. But she did not heed your advice. This is an unfortunate situation. But you are right in the sense that this will likely bring more similar situations in the future. It might seem like it was an accident, but it makes me wonder why she would even risk that at all. And the fact that it was right in front of your face is even worse. It's very disrespectful because she is a grown woman who is almost 30 years old. She can't be that naive to think her plan would work out. Stay firm in your decision and respect yourself. Find someone who will not blatantly disrespect you. I hope everything turns out well for you. Story 2. My 25M wife, 25F, cheated on me with my brother, 26M, and I don't know what to do. I, 25M, have been married to my once wonderful wife, 25F, for 2 years. We have known each other for 7 years and have been together for 5. We had a happy marriage. But it hasn't been without its ups and downs like every other marriage. My brother, 26M, has been living in California since he got into Stanford. After he graduated, he got a job there and he's been there ever since. He was here for a week for our mom and dad's wedding anniversary, and my birthday, which fall 3 days apart from each other. I started feeling something was wrong 2 weeks before he'd arrived. My wife had been on a work trip to LA the week before and she had told me that she met my brother. I didn't find it weird as according to her they just had lunch and had caught up on each other's lives. And then went their separate ways. When she got back, she felt strange. She was distant. And keen on arguing over the tiniest of things. For example, me buying a different soap than what she wanted. I apologized and even offered to go and buy her a new bar. But she refused and said that I didn't care about her in the slightest and that I must have gone at it with 7 women in the 7 days that she was gone. She would smile and laugh while texting someone. And when I tried looking at her phone, wondering what the joke was, she'd scowl at me, calling me a freak who wanted to invade her privacy every chance I got. We were pretty pissed off at each other before the day we left to go to my parents' home. On the car ride there, we agreed to keep a show of happy cheerfulness as was expected from us by our family. We got there at around 12:30. I had to rush to the airport to pick up my brother as he landed at 1 and my parents' home was 45 minutes away from the airport. He was waiting for me at the gate. We chatted all the way home when the topic of my wife came up. He seemed suddenly a bit down, as if he was overcome with guilt. I sensed something was wrong so I asked him. He brushed me off and he remained cheerful the rest of the ride back. Our week went as planned. Me and my wife kept up the pretense of being cheerful while we argued in whispers at night. I knew at this point that she had cheated on me while she was gone, as I have faced that in a relationship before. Little did I know who it was with. The day of my brother's departure arrived. He had to get to the airport an hour early, so we left at around 4:30. As we were halfway there, he did say that he needed to talk to me about something. He said it was about my wife. I asked him what it was. He asked me to pull over first. Which I did. He told me that during the week that she was in California, they had slept together. Aha. So she was texting him all the time and it was because of him that we were having the arguments. I almost punched him in the face. But I didn't. I needed to hear more. I think he saw the red in my eyes and he said that it was just a mistake. He planned on telling me the moment he got here but he couldn't. He loved me too much. If he really loved me, he wouldn't have done this. I told him to get the f*** out of my car and find himself a cab. He was dead to me. I drove to my best friend's house. I explained everything to him and asked him if I could stay with him for the night. He said yes, and I texted my mom saying that I won't be there tonight as a friend needed me. I think my brother told my wife that I know as she's been bombing my phone with texts and calls. Some of the texts read, "Where are you? Come home please. I really miss you." And "Amp. I need to talk to you now. Come home." I just turned off my phone and I'm writing this now. So now, I look to strangers. Please tell me, what do I do? Do I confront her? Do I file for divorce? Opinion. Honestly, in my opinion, this behavior is completely unacceptable on your wife and brother's part. Your wife not only betrayed you, but she also treated you badly for some time after the fact and caused unnecessary arguments with you. And your brother also betrayed you and pretended everything was normal. Whether you get a divorce or not is only a decision you can make on your own. But if you decide to stay, then things need to change. I am sorry this happened to you. I can't see my relationship with my spouse or sibling ever being good again after this incident. At the least, you should confront her and see her response. That will tell you something in itself. I hope you heal from this and do what you think is best for yourself. That's what you should focus on right now. Good luck. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next latest scoop.